Albion Online has a lot of new changes coming on October 16th, and they're all bad. This one's a real stinker. It might actually kill the game completely. Here's what we're going to discuss in today's video. We're going to talk about the island changes and how they're pretty much pointless, the Awaken Items and how it's only for the richest 0.02% of the game, tracking, which is not a solo or a safe zone activity, so only 8% of the player base will get to do this, and it's not even worth doing for them anyway. And then finally, Shapeshifter items. The Werewolf's a little overpowered. We're going to talk about that, especially for newer players, but it's not the fastest, but I'll discuss it later. First off, let's discuss the island changes. The islands have had a biome change. I almost have all my islands in Bridgewatch. You can see that my island is now desert themed, which is really crappy. I kind of miss the green, lush island that I once had. It's like all the vegetation died, but it's just pixels on a screen. Who cares if it looks good or bad? But anyway, each biome now gets a 10% buff on certain crops. So because I'm in a Bridgewatch area, the buffs that I receive are beans, goat's milk, dragon teasel, and bundles of corn. And my Soul Benji character, well, he's specialized in two things. He specialized in comfrey and burdock, which are both herbs, and so, if I want that 10% boost, I have to move islands, but I can just buy a new island in those cities. I don't actually have to move my island if I don't want to, so I'm not technically out, of all that time, those months and months invested to level this to 100. I'm not entirely at a loss, and the buff is only 10%, so on average, your islands per square with premium active will give you 9 crops. If you increase that by 10%, you sometimes get 1 extra crop. So instead of 9 crops per square, you will only get 10 crops per square. Let's do a little bit of math. So here's the quick and dirty math. Each biome gives you a 10% buff, so that means if you have maximum level crop growing, that's level 100, 10,000 focus per day with premium active, will let you water 80 squares at 125 focus each. So 10,000 divided by 125 is 80 squares. 80 squares will always be free. You always get your seed back, and you average 9 crops per square. So you take 9 times 80 times the amount of the crop's silver worth, which on average is 450 currently, as of filming this video. So that means you earn 324,000 silver in crops per day completely free, which is not that good, but we'll talk more about that in just a sec. So, if you grow in the correct biome, you now average 10 crops times 80 times 450, or 360,000 silver. In other words, the game is allowing you to earn an extra 36,000 silver bonus per day. And times 30 days, this is about 1 extra million silver from just growing crops. Now, if you were to, sell the excess seeds, which is what you should do, not grow them with more crops, you should always sell the seeds when you get 2 seeds. That bumps up to about 500,000 per day, which I've done that math before in my other crop growing videos, so go check those out if you need to see those numbers or learn how that works. I'm not going to waste time in this video discussing it. That 10% buff is not to seeds. If it was to seeds, it would be very good, but it's not. It's just to the crops. Now, I don't know why the devs made this change. Perhaps they think, oh, check it out, my Bridgewatch characters will be able to grow dragon teasel. And then, there's an animal out there that or bundles of corn. There's an animal out there that really likes bundles of corn that's 2 towns away. It's either going to be in Fort Sterling or Thetford. It's always 2 towns away from your starting town. That's how they did this. And what they think people are going to do is that they're going to load up a bunch of corn and then travel 20 to 30 minutes on a mammoth to get to these towns to sell them at a higher price. No, they're not. Here's the thing. People don't realize that the price of crops are based on bots that automatically harvest. There are hundreds of bot accounts that just automatically water and harvest crops. That's what they do. They just rotate accounts 24/7, 365. And the reason why the crops are almost universally all the same price is not because of the seed costs or the growing or any of that crap. It is the time it takes to water, grow, and harvest the crops. That is how the prices are dictated on the markets. The prices might change a teeny tiny little bit, as in Dragon Teasel won't be worth as much in Bridgewatch because, hey, you're getting 10% more, whereas, 2 towns away, it might be worth a little bit more. Probably not. It's not going to change enough to pay for your premium. And that's another big gripe, is that the entire point of growing stuff on your island, like the entire reward for going through and learning how to, level 100 crop growing, was that when you did, it would pay for your premium, and then you get a little bit of spillover. So your one character, back in the day, when premium was cheap, you would make enough silver just from growing and selling crops to pay for 3 premiums, which means you could now have 3 characters with premium. And then if those 3 characters grew crops, you would have enough silver for 9 premiums, and then 27 premiums, and then, 100. And that's what kept people playing. The comfy gamers, the people that want to play Animal Crossing, the people that want to play Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Palea players, which is a game I feature on my channel. We all played this game so that we could grow the crops and stockpile a bunch of money and then buy really cool 8.4 gear. That was the whole point of the game to us. We don't care about going to the Black Zone and donating our gear to guilds, or being, a little slave to call to arms, or dying in someone else's war like a bunch of ants in an anthill battle. No, we just wanted to grow crops. It's just something to do, just growing crops, but also giving us the option to kill when we want to with that money. Basically, crop blood money. We don't get to do that anymore. Premium is almost 22 million, and it's only going to continue to go up as time continues. And this patch will not lower the cost of premium. It's only going to raise the cost of premium even more so. So growing crops is almost completely pointless. I don't grow crops anymore on any of my characters, and I have 100 characters. The only thing that I use my focus on my characters is crafting, which I'm going to get into a little bit more later in this video, which I didn't show in the title screen because I want to make sure everyone watches the full video to get all the good information. But let's talk about the next topic. Let's talk about Awaken Items, and I'm going to show you step by step how to awaken an item and juice it up and make it super powerful, and it is the worst system I have ever seen in an MMORPG or a video game, and I've played a lot of those Korean gamble simulators where people have to pay real money and there's a chance to break their gear. Now, there is no gear breaking in this, but it might as well be gear breaking because you're going to be throwing away tens of hundreds of millions of silver doing this. For today's example, I have an 8.4 Masterpiece Longbow. This thing is an absolute beaut. It does not get any better than this. And what we're going to do is, assuming this was the live server, this would be one of the weapons that I would really want to juice up. We'll do 2 weapons. I want to show you 2 examples so we make sure that we get it right. The other example will be a, a Witchwork Staff, because I like to do Yellow Zone factions, and this weapon is a beast when bombing factions. That is, grouping up a bunch of players and then killing them instantly and laughing about it and running away. So, let's go ahead and pretend this is the real server. This is the real absolute server, and somehow, most people are not rich in this game. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, on the test server, we get infinite money, and we can skip all the grind to test things out. That's fine. There's a lot of people here, by the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my money, and I'm going to give myself a reasonable amount of money. And, this is gonna take a while. Okay, we can't do that. That would take way too, I can only deposit 2 billion at a time. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend, just forget the money, okay? Look, I was gonna say, we're gonna have a budget of 100 million silver, which is more than almost everyone has in this game, okay? Most people barely have 20 million to their name, but we're gonna do 100 million. We're gonna pretend to be a rich playboy that credit card swipes, has a lot of money, a lot of connections, and just a lot of money. Most people don't have this, but let's begin. The very first thing you want to do when you awaken a weapon, and you can only awaken 0.4 or level 4 enchanted items, they don't have to be tier 8, but why the hell would you awaken anything lesser than tier 8? I don't know why you would do that. Anyway, you go to the Artifact Foundry. For those that don't know what that is, it's this little thing on the map here. You click on the Artifact Foundry, and you have this new icon called Awakened Weapons. We're going to first awaken this longbow. And here's the cost. 3 million silver, 100, Siphon Energy. These are about 10k each. 9.5k right now. And a 100 of Avalone Energy. These are worth 6,000 each. So let's do a little bit of math. 6,000 times 100 is 600,000. And then 100 times 9,500 is another 950,000. So you're looking about 5 million silver just to awaken it, which does nothing. It just makes it a little rainbow colored, okay? We're going to awaken the weapon. And there we go. We have paid about 5 million silver. And now our bow, which, let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to change my appearance and just take that off, and then there we go. So now my bow is rainbow colored. Whoop-de-doo. Wow, is that worth 5 million? I mean, okay, I get it. It's an MMORPG. You want to be shiny. You want people to gawk at you and be envious of what you have. Sure, why not? Here's the next step. Now that you've awakened it, you have to grind. You have this, well, okay, not this weapon. Here, let's get this weapon on. Alright, so this one's not quite rainbowy yet, because it's not really that enchanted, but you see this number down here. This is called attunement. 0 out of 100,000. I'm going to pop up on the screen what this means. Okay, 200 fame equals 1 attunement point. I'm going to show that on the screen now, just so you know. 200 fame does not sound like a lot. However, you cannot earn attunement points in the blue or yellow zone. You also can't earn it from objectives. You can only earn attunement points in the red or black zone. You can go to the mists or the roads. And if your weapon is not good at killing enemies or killing mobs, this is this is a ridiculous grind, alright? So let's do some basic math here. Just to fill this up with 100,000 points, we're going to do 100,000 times 200. This is 20 million this is basic fame. Now, you cannot boost this the 200 fame to 1 attunement. You cannot use a satchel. You cannot use auto respec. You can't use fame week. You can't use premium bonus. It is the raw fame that you get from a mob. So I'm going to go look at one of my videos and see how much a black zone mob actually gives. Or I can just go kill something. So let's look at an example real quick. Display capture activate. So this is from a video called Why Black Zone Fame Farming Sucks, which it does. It's not fun. But in order to do attunement, you have to do red or black zone. So on the screen now, we have a tier 5 and a tier 7 black zone with some decent enemies. Now, if we look here, we need to earn 20 million fame, alright, to just for the 100k attunement points, which we need to upgrade. So, if we were to, we're going to take 20 million, divide it by 3,234, that's the fame from the tier 5 black zone huntress or berserker. We would have to open world mob, we would have to fame farm 6,184 of those. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, let's try again. 100,000, I'm sorry, 20 million, that's how much fame you need, divided by 5,279. This is a tier 7 black zone bone archer. We would have to kill 3,788 of those. Okay, and yeah, these values are quite ridiculous. So if you're thinking about solo open world mob farming this amount of fame, you can forget it. This would take an insane amount of time. You're like, oh, it's only 3,788 mobs. This is like, you're gonna farm maybe a couple hundred per hour. If you're like really good, let's divide it by like 200 per hour, right? It's gonna take you 19 hours. That doesn't sound bad, but oh, it gets so much worse. It gets so much worse. What if you do legendary mobs? Okay, let's say you got your 20 million, you divide it by 9,508 because you're killing tier 8 legendary cutthroats. That's still 2,000 of them. And look at this, tier 8 pikemen. All right, 20 million fame. Divided by 7,350. It's 2,721 of those bad boys, and we haven't even begun yet. Let me just show you. Now, before we do anything, let's do a benchmark. Let's see how powerful this longbow is just on its own, just the E spell. We hit for 1,432 damage. Remember that number, I'll put it on the screen. Alright, so let's begin making this into a legendary weapon. I'm going to use this cheat stone, which is going to just give me 1 million attunement, which would be an insane amount of attunement. But on screen is how much money we've spent so far and how much grind time we've spent so far in a red or black zone, mind you. I just want to remind you, in case you're new, if you wear something like this out into a red or black zone, there are scouts that will see you wearing this, and they will assemble an army to kill you and take it from you. You will never be able to solo level this. The only way anyone is ever going to pump one of these bad boys up is with an entire guild guarding them and clearing static dungeons, with guards on the outside and inside. Once weapons like this start appearing, entire, like, 100 to 200 people armies will be just gathered to go and kill whoever has an item that's this valuable. Anyway, let me just show you how ridiculous, even if you do all that and you have a guild and you've convinced 200 idiots to follow you around and farm for you. Alright, let's just pretend that you did all the stupid psycho shit. and you've got, you know, the guild backing you up. Let's see how long it actually takes now, and this is going to go in the center of the screen. Alright, so we're going to go to Awaken Weapons, and we have now, we get to select a trait. I'm going to click this button here, and this is where it gets, like, you know, Korean MMORPG gambling mode. Right now, the silver cost is 611,000. Now, right now in the test realm, there's a 50% discount due to global discount. So it's a little bit more, but we'll go with that number. Why not? All right, so this, I get 3 traits. I get ability damage, which is good. Energy cost, who cares? And damage versus all. Damage versus all is better because why not? So there we go. And look how much attunement that actually costed. That was 11,000 so far. I'll update it every time that we bump it up. But okay, so that was 5.6 million. We'll go 5.6 million. And there we go. That's our first attunement. Now, we can't add any more until you bump up this legendary ratings required to 675. Our legendary rating is 51. So the only option now is to upgrade to this trait. Next up, this is going to cost 481,000. All right. So we're basically at 6 mil now. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Let's pop the upgrade. And look, it's actually 963,000. But there's a global discount right now. So you know what? No, I'm just going to go... let's see, what was it, 6.4, yeah. Anyway, we're going to go with the regular cost, because on the live servers, there won't be a global discount, unless they mess with the gold again, which they probably might, Members only, there's a video that talks about the global discount and how to make billions of silver. The second global discount hits 50%. So, if you want to be a channel member, click the join button down below. It's not for public release, never, never, ever. Alright, so let's upgrade. There we go. And this could be a lot or a little. If this circle gets real big, it's a good one. This one is not a good one. This was a failed roll, because I got, like, almost no damage. Alright. And, you know, we ate through more of our attunement points. So far, it's not that bad. We grinded 19 hours. That's doable to normal humans. We gained a little bit of legendary rating. Let's keep rolling. Upgrade next one is 1.079 million. So I'm just going to go 7.4 here on the screen. And upgrade. Now, again, if this circle gets real big and, like, turns black, that means it's a good roll. And that's another failure. Oh, no, we got a good one. Look at that damage pump up. That feels good. That's the dopamine hit right there, but it cost $1 million. Well, technically, we're at 7.4 million, and we don't do that much more damage. Our legendary rating jumped up to 744. We can now add another trait, so let's do that. We're going to click this button here. And we're going to add another trait. Again, it picks 3 random traits out of all of these. And we want ability damage. We want damage versus all, which we got. And we also want item power. There's one that increases item power somewhere. There it is. Trait item power. That's the 3 that we want for the most possible damage. We don't need auto attack or any of this other junk. You can build whatever weapon you want. I want one that increases our E damage. So let's add a trait. This is going to cost us another $1 million. Alright. And we got item power. Awesome. Very lucky, because it's 3 out of, I don't know how many, like 15. Right, so we had like a 25% chance. I don't even know if that's the right math, but let's pick item power. Alright, cool. Now we're going to upgrade again, we still have attunement points. We're fine there. This is 1.4 million, so we're at 9.8 now. Let's go. So I'm going to update that, 9.8 million. And we got not that much. Boo. Let's keep going. 1.6 million, so that would be 11.4, yeah. 11.4 million now is our cost. Let's go. Bump up that item power. And let's see what we get. Oh, we got a good one. Alright, cool. We've been lucky so far. This is a plus 50 item power. That's pretty good, isn't it? You know, we've only spent 11 million and one day not dying in the black zone. We're doing alright. This is actually pretty cool now, right? Pretty cool. Feels good. Our attunement's starting to drop a bit, but that's okay. We can now add a third trait. Let's go, boys. Let's see if we get it. 1.3 million. That is going to put our cost to 12.7 million now. All right. Still not too bad, unless you're, you know, poor or whatever. And yes, you could use focus to reduce the attunement, but I would probably recommend actually doing that, but whatever. We're going to add the trait now. Let's see if we get one we want. No, no, and no. We got a bad roll here, and I didn't see how much that cost. I think it was $1 million. I already updated it. Okay. So we have to replace this trait now, and this is going to cost 1 point. We're out of attunement, boys. We're out of attunement. So it's time to get more attunement. Alright, so what is our weapon's maximum attunement? It has jumped up to 260,000, so let's do some quick math. 260,000 subtract, do 10,000. That's 250,000, and every 100,000 is 19 hours. So divide that by 100,000. 2.5 times 19 is 47.5 additional hours added to the clock. Alright, so plus 47.5. Let's see, plus 19. That's 66.5. There we go. We've now grinded 66.5 hours of our life. Let's go ahead and hit the cheat stone, get more of those awakening points. Get to the awakened weapon here, and we need to re-roll this. So we're going to replace it. 1.6 million down the drain. Let's add that to our spending. So that would be, let's see, that's 13, 14.3. Alright, let's go. It's a dud. Alright. And replace again. Alright, it's now 1.8 million. Okay, you see, this is 16.1 now. Alright, there we go. Energy, ability damage. We got it. We got damage. Okay, it only took a few rolls, but we finally got ability damage. It's on there. Our attunement's going to start dropping soon. Let's go to upgrade. We want to upgrade the smallest bar, by the way, so we get the most value. When these bars start getting near completion, they barely go up. So always, always, always upgrade the little baby bars. And also, you want to re-roll sooner than later, because the cost only goes up. It doesn't matter if you're replacing traits or upgrading. The cost will always increase and never, ever, ever decrease. So let's upgrade. We're at, what is this? 3 million now. So we're at 19, we spent 19.1 million. Alright, we're going to stop at 100 million. That's our stopping point, because that's a reasonable amount. Alright, let's upgrade again. That's another 3.3 million. That would be 22.4 million. Alright, and we're not really gaining much ability damage. There we go. Now, it is argued, because this is physical, isn't it? Like, this is physical damage, but it's still an ability. Okay, so it's still buffing it. Ability damage is still our weakest link here, so we're going to upgrade this once again. 3.7 million. So that would be 7, 1. So that'd be 4, 6, 26.7. I think that 26.1. I don't know. Whatever, who cares? Just keep going. 4.1. So we'll do a 30. Again, the math might be a little off, who cares? Reddit can, you know, clap their hands or whatever. Alright, let's upgrade our item power now. Item power, 4.6 million. Alright, so there's the 4. And that would be 5. There we are. Alright, we got a good one. Nice, nice. A little bit of power boost there. Cool, cool. Running out of attunement points, though, guys. We're getting low. Let's go back to damage versus all. Upgrade that now. 5.2 million. We're at 40.6 million. We're a bit low under halfway. And oh, we got a good one. You got a lot of good ones. This doesn't always happen, all right? This is better than expected. And we're out of attunement points again. You know what that means. It's time to go back out to the black zone and grind, grind, grind with our guild backing us up. All right, we got to do a little bit more math here. And so this is 719,500 subtracted by 1,696, 717,000. Divide that by 100,000. That is 7.17 times 19. We're going to add 136.3 hours. Okay, so 136.3 plus 66.5. We have now grinded 202 hours in the black zone. There we go. And, now let's hit the cheat stone. There we go. That should, yeah, we got it. Okay, back to the enchanting now. Again, you have to survive this whole time and not die. I'm going to talk more about it, too. What happens if you die and what happens if you want to trade this away. But we're going to continue rolling this. This is another 5.8 million. All right. So, 40.6 plus 5.8, 46.4. Oh, we got a good one. 46.4 million. And let's see, they're all about even, so we'll just pump this up again. That's another 6.5 million. All right, 6.5 plus 46.4 is 52.9. 52.9. Bump it up again, 7.3. 7.3 plus 2.9 is 60.2. Look how long this is. This is going. Item power. Let's pump that up. 8.2. 8.2. 8.2 plus 60.2 is 68.4. And again, 9.2 this time. 9.2 plus 68.4. 77.6 million is how much we spent. That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of monies, but hey, look, we keep getting lucky. We're almost at a plus 100 item power. Looking pretty good, huh? Ability damage. Damage versus all. 10.3. Oh, man. 10.3 plus 77.6. 87.9. We're 87.9 million. And we got another good one. Very cool. Alright. Attunement points holding pretty strong. Holding alright. Let's get ability damage on there. 11.6. Man. 11.6 million plus 87.9. We're at 99.5 million. It's time to stop. It's time to let go. This is our souped up weapon. It cost us 200 hours of our life with a guild guarding us. And, you know, we have a little bit of attunement points left over. Why don't we do that? 224,930 divided by 100,000 times 19. Okay, let's subtract 42.7 hours. So 42.7 hours subtracted. That way we get a good amount. 202.8 subtracted by 42.7. So really, we only had to grind 160 hours for this. Okay. Let's go see how much our damage increased, shall we? And yes, I'm aware if I wear cloth, I'll do more damage. I'm aware if I, you know, use other things, I could do more damage. This is not the gear that I would be using. This is not the gear I would be using to bomb a faction with the longbow. Absolutely not, okay? But let's just see how, if we dump 100 million and a good old full week into one weapon and not die and not lose it. We're going to unequip and re-equip it. Now, this is a pretty beastly weapon, right? It's pretty damn good, okay? But let's see how hard we hit now with it. We did 1,432 damage with our E-spell. So how much do you think we're going to do now? I'm going to say maybe 33%. Let's go. 1,856. Ending damage. 1,800. Was it what? 1,856? Well, I'm going to do it again because I've already forgot the number. And I'm not going to stop the recording. So let's go. 1,856. So this is a difference of... 4, 3... So we added 424 damage for 100 million. And yes, it will scale better with cloth. It will scale better with other items and food. I know that. But there you go. That's what you can expect. If you want to blow 100 million and 160 grinding hours into a legendary weapon. Now, let's talk about how this works. So, if I die with this item on me, someone else might be able to take it, might not. It might cracked by eagle paws. It might go somewhere else. Also, there's a log. This is attuned to me, which means no one else can use it. And I'll talk a little bit about that. I guess I could show you. I'll show you what that means. It's kind of silly. It's kind of stupid, right? I'm actually curious how much this would cost to trade away to another player. And we're going to find that out right now. We're going to go to my island here. And we're gonna put it in a chest. We're going to put it in its home. There it is. And let's switch characters now. And see if another character, how much it's going to cost for them to use it. I'm going to assume 100 million is the unlocking cost. It could be more. I don't know. We're going to find out together. Let's go to my beautiful character list here, and we'll play as Geeky Girl, which was really fun to troll general chat with before my perma-mute. Yes, being a girl gamer got me lots of freebies. Anyway, let's go pick up that bow and, you know, use the cheat stones to get some money. Also, she's a single female from California. This is not the same island. This is a different island. This is her island. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Swole Benji on YouTube island. There it is. All right, you know, here we go. And we're gonna yoink out that bow now. Because let's say, you know, I want to sell the bow. I'm a guild master. I'm not a guild master, but let's say I was a Black Zone guild master with hideouts and protection, and a big rich man wanted to buy this from me. How much are they gonna expect to spend? Right, and this is 100 million pumped into it. It only gets more ridiculous. Like, it starts to get into the billions. Like, it takes like 1 billion for one roll of 1% IP increase. It gets stupid, dummy stupid. Anyway, we're gonna use the cheat stone because she doesn't have any Destiny board, and then we're gonna use the cheat stone to get a bunch of money because she's broke. She is a broke girl from California. I mean, of course. We don't need Awaken equipment, but we do need 100 billion silver. There we go. She's rich and she can equip it. But you see, there's a little icon that says you can't equip it. What do we do? Well, it let her equip it, but it doesn't give her the bonuses. See how they're grayed out? So you can still put on the weapon, but does it glow? I guess it still has the shimmery glow. You're just not getting any of the bonuses, right? Okay, so what do? We go to the foundry here, and I believe you just go to Awaken Weapons. There we go. Now, to reattune this to her is going to cost 8 million. Hey, that's not bad. Game is going down for an update in 5 minutes. Damn it. Why you ruined me? Okay, so let's reattune this. It actually costs 16 million. Because of the global discount, right? So if you wanted to buy this off someone else, you got to pay money, right? They do the hard work. Look, I'm going to be real with you. Let the Black Zone guilds do the work to pump these weapons up. And just buy it, okay? Just buy it already made. Yeah, they're going to charge an arm and a leg to do this, and there's going to be like a waiting list of years, probably. Oh boy, it's going to be nuts. But, you know, that was just scratching the surface of this, because we didn't really pump it up that much, okay? And I said we were going to do it also with the, what is it? The witch work? But there's no time for that, because the servers are going down in 5 minutes, so I got to move on. Before servers go down, let's talk about tracking. Tracking has got a lot going on with it. We got 2 minutes. Oh, man. Okay, so when you open the Destiny board, there's a new little profession here. It's like a little paw print, and it's called Trainee Tracker. You just kill creatures. Tier 3 or higher, you'll unlock it. You'll unlock these Journeyman's Tracking Toolkits, which is made by the Bag Crafter. If you go to Item Crafting, you can see here, it is part of Bag Crafting, so you're going to need to level Bag Crafting, man. Oh, jeez. Anyway, once you level Bag Crafting, you can see down here there is a tracking toolkit crafter, which you make it from the toolkits. Okay, so if we go here to the toolkit crafter, this one is on the test server, and they should be here in the bags and capes section. Let's see if they are, and I'm not seeing them. Okay, so they're not in furniture. They're definitely not in furniture. And they're not in toolkit. Oh, they are in toolkits. There you go. It's with the repair kits and the hideout construction kit. Which is funny because I can just craft one of those. Nope, they're not down here either. Where the hell are they? Maybe they're all categories. Tracking toolkit. They're just in the tools section. Wow, okay, they moved it. Whatever. So it's in the tools section now and not the bag. I guess that makes sense. It's not a bag. But you craft one of these and you can search for tracks in Albion, right? So, I crafted a tier 5 one, because we're near tier 5. We're going to use it, and let's see what happens. Oh boy. We used a tier 5 tracking kit. Yum yum. No tracks found. Try a more dangerous zone. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, other people have told me, this does not exist in yellow zones, or blue zones. You have to go to black zones. And I can't, what the hell? There's a cooldown now. Why did they add a cooldown? What's going on, bros? Anyway, we're at tier 5. Oh, servers went down. For whatever reason, I couldn't log back in on my main account, so I have to switch to my chef character, but that's fine. I've got everything that we had. So in a tier 5 yellow zone, I'm going to try to use a tier 5 tracking toolkit, and it shouldn't work because from what I've been told, this only works in black zones. But let's see what happens. Yep, no tracks. Trying to find a more dangerous zone. Okay, I guess I'll go to a red zone and try. And the way tracking works, it's a little interesting, but even though it's not going to work in the yellow zone, I'll still show you because it'll still show on the map. So if you see on the map, there's going to be a big circle around me, and whenever I hit use, watch, it'll just kind of pop up here. Once it's done being applied, that is, and let's see it. Boom, there we go. Big old circle. And that would show if there's any targets in the map. There isn't, unfortunately, but I'll show you when we find one. So I'm in a red zone, so I was lied to. You can hunt in a red zone. We had the Sylvan, we got Hellfire Imp, and we got Panther. So let's do the Panther. And these are tracks, by the way, and I believe to follow tracks you have to be in a group. But we'll see about that, we'll see what happens, and there's just lootables on the ground, even though it's a test realm. I still want to Let's go see what's on the ground there. But there was some panther tracks over this way, and there they are. There's the panther tracks. Now, the group size, it says 1 to 3, and it's a tier 4 panther, so I don't know about that. Also, the higher tier your tracking kit, the bigger the circle. So, looks like, oh, now it goes. It had to cancel the panther tracking to use the kit. Weird. But let's check out, okay, so that's a tier 6, and that's a group size of 1 to 3. That one seems to be a little more profitable. There was one up there too, but screw it. Let's go check this out. When I was doing Black Zone stuff earlier, like, they were all for groups larger than 1. It was like, you need a party of 4 to hunt this one down. I was like, bro, let me solo it. It's really dumb if they force you to be in groups. But let's go ahead and track the Hellfire Imp, because it's stronger. That'd be more fun. And we're now hunting the Hellfire Imp. You can see I have to go to an entire other zone. I'll meet you there. So I passed by these tracks. You can see here, group size 4 to 8 players. Let me solo it. And here's another tracks, 1 to 3 players. Let me solo. You should not limit. You should not force groups on players. If we're baller, if we use high tier gear, I can solo statics. Just let me freaking solo them. Come on now. Not like the majority of people don't even have friends. Over 90% of your player base does not play in groups. And playing in groups in red zones, black zones, you're just asking to get scouted, spied on, and killed. This game is brutal for that. So we are now in the circle, and I've found the tracks. I just gotta lose aggro. This should summon the imp to fight. Hello, game. Alright, here we go. We are now... Oh, come on, animals. Freaking annoying. Okay, it's dead. Let's go. And again, no yellow zone tracks, only red and black zone. All right, there we go. The hunt. Oh, look, we have to go up here now. Look, it's so stupid. And yeah, I got a little bit of fame there, and that is towards this whole tracking thing. But here's the thing: the test room starts us at level 60, so we're level 60 season tracker, and you can see that the bonus to your tracking efficiency when interacting with the tracks, and a chance to engage the tracking target with the next tracking step. So also, like we're hunting the Shadow Panther right now. If you level this up, oh man, this is gonna take forever to level up. You get tracking efficiency when interacting with the tracks, when interacting with the Shadow Panther tracks, bonus to engage, and 5% chance to engage the Shadow Panther with the next tracking step. So basically, the more you level it up, the less times you're gonna have to ride around the open world and go into these glowing circles, which is... This is just a huge waste of time and pain in the ass, because the rewards really suck. Also, using your tracking kit in the circle doesn't show you where the Hellfire Imp tracks are. You have to manually ride around this whole circle and find it. Also, those aren't showing up for some reason, even though I use my tracking device. Whatever. It's just a beta. They'll fix it maybe. I don't know, but... This sucks. This is not fun. This does not feel good. The rewards are super lackluster. I'll show you once I find the damn tracks. There it is. There's the imp. And there's a chance it runs away before I kill it. It has 20,000 HP. I'm in a static soloing build. This should be an easy fight. I should be able to just stand on it and zap it. So, again, it wouldn't be wise to unsummon your mount in a red zone like this, but screw it. It doesn't really matter. Like, I can just face tank it. Look, he's already running away. I can't hurt him anymore. I can't nuke him down. He's just gonna run away. And I have to wait for this animation. And look, now I have to go over here. This sucks. And like, I'll say, if you're out gathering, it's something to do while you gather. So it kind of has you run around the zone like I could be mining right now, skinning, and eventually work my ass over here and then kill the imp, you know. But if you're just only doing the tracking thing, then, man... I pray for you, dog, because this is terrible. This is who thought of this? I think it's like someone at Stillfront that doesn't play video games or something. Like, do they even play their own game? I don't get it. Oh, and it doesn't help that there's a time limit, so you better be a tier 8 gatherer if you want to do that. Otherwise, by the time you get over here, the time's up and it's gone. You just threw it away. So, yeah, let's ride around and find this damn imp. Oh, boy. Oh, this is fun. So, there's the imp tracks I need to get, but there's some enemies on it. But, I mean, yeah, I can kill these enemies, no problem. It's whatever, you know. But, like, ooh, there's a great white on the test server. Get a baby mammoth while we're out here, you know? That would be a fun day. But, alright, let's hit up these tracks and see which zone it wants us to go to next. This is just tier 6. This is not the black. You do this in the black zone, you're getting murdered, bro. You're getting absolutely murked. Oh, I already rode through that zone to get over here, and I didn't see anything. So, yeah. Another thing, too, by the way, I just want to mention that other players can steal your hunts. Like, if the imp is spawned over here, another player can ride up and just kill it, and then you did all that work for nothing. Also, they could just kill you in the middle of the fight. Or they can just... Like, if there's 2 guys that dismount next to you while you're doing this, you're screwed. You have to leave. You have to run away, or you die and lose all your loot. This is the dumbest stuff. This only helps groups of players. Solo players are completely just destroyed by this. Oh, and let me just remind you, all of the new potion recipes, all of the new shapeshifter weapon recipes, you have to do this. You have to... Look, there's another enemy on top of the tracks, dude. Oh, come on, man. This is taking forever. Oh, man. Alright, let me read the tracks. I bet it's gonna... Yeah, it interrupts. I have to kill all the stupid animal things around it. Alright, now it's... Again, how many times have we done this now? You get to feel the pain. You get to sit here and suffer with me. Alright? Back up here. At least we're in the same map. It's not sending me to like 4 different maps. So this is actually a lucky and better outcome than what you would normally get. Alright, we found the imp once again, and of course it's surrounded by dangerous animals and bosses, but hey, it's whatever. You know, we're in full 8.4. If you wore this in a real red zone, on the live server, you're just gonna get killed by speed hackers, real talk. And look, it's running away again. This is the second time we fought it, and it's still running. Okay, Mr. Imp, where do we go to next? Oh boy. And they all do this, by the way. It's not just the imp. Yeah, it's over here now. Okay, how many laps are we gonna do around the map? This is like an idiot simulator at this point. The devs are like, you know what? We made our millions of dollars. Let's just add the dumbest update to waste people's time. And here we are. We found the tracks. It's not the imp, though. It's not the imp fight. We're gonna have to, again, click on the tracks, wait for the slow bar. Look at this. Someone runs up and dismounts. Oh, I gotta stop channeling. I gotta run away now. Okay, oh, back over here again. Yay. And you know, there's gonna be YouTubers out there that suck SBI's dick. They're gonna be like, oh my god, this is so much fun. I'm having a blast. This is the greatest update ever. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. Like, bro, do you know how much, like, the top Albion streamer is Juan? And he's maybe making, like, $1,000 a week. Okay, he's 90% smaller than Mizkif, and Mizkif makes $13,000 a week. So that says something. I mean, he's playing 12 hours a freaking day. He's like, I mean, it's okay, you know, it's better than retail, I guess. But, ugh. Anyway, here's the imp. All right, Mr. Imp, or Mrs. Imp, who cares? Or Zimp. Always guessed it. Look, I'm at full 8.4, and he has done 1,600 of my HP. And yes, I'm standing in his attacks. I'm not dodging anything. But bro, like, if you're a normal geared player, like, if you're just wearing flat 6 and no spec, you're dead. You're just dead. There we go. We killed him. We did our first hunt. Look at the gold. Look at the 3,500 silver. Okay. 58,000 fame. Whoop-de freaking dude. That sucks. That's like a couple pulls maybe in a blue zone static, or not even a 2. It's like 1 pull. What do we get for loot? Look at the amazing loot we're about to get. Oh man, we didn't even get any parts. We didn't get a single... This does not let us craft the imp staff. We got 2 rare animal remains. You know what this is for? We gotta go to town now, and we gotta refine this into potion material. I'll show you. I'll just show you. By the way, I just want to say that it took 14 minutes. That was 14 minutes. Without being interrupted, without being ganked, without being chased. Also, there's Professor Pew Pew. He's on his ult. I'm on my ult too, bro. Anyway, so we have freaking rare animal parts. We go to alchemaic ingredients. There's not an icon for it yet. And if we have 5 of these, look what we can do. We can we can make the animal parts. We can make whatever animal parts we want. So yeah, look at this. You can make a tier 7 shadow claws with 25 of these things. How long would that take? Okay, 25 divided by 2 is 12.5 times 14 minutes. 175 minutes divided by almost 3 hours. 3 hours to make one of these, dude. No, but hey, look, I can make some extracts, right? If I had 10 of these, I could make 10 arcane extracts. Or no, Hold on. We can make 2 of these basic arcane extracts. These are the 0.1 potions, 0.2 potions, and 0.3 potions, by the way. That's how you do it. This is a nightmare grind. This is awful. Also, if you have 2 regular claws or tier 3 claws, you can get a tier 5 claw. What? Excuse me? Or no, it's if you have a tier 5 claw, you can get 2 tier 3 claws. Oh, baby. Oh, this is so dumb. This is so stupid. Oh, man. And yes, you need the claws and crap. That's just for potion crafting, mind you. Like, if you want to craft one of the new potions, look at this look at this stupid. It's so dumb. Let's make a gathering potion. Literally the worst one. You're going to need 2 of the runestone tier 7 teeth. Jeez. It's going to take so long to do this stuff. As a solo, you're fucked. 100% screwed. Alright, as a group, you can spread out on the map and clear it faster, and then when you get to the final, like, killing spot, you all jump in, you probably all get some loot. I don't know, because I don't have friends. I played this game for 3 fucking years. I don't have any friends, dude. It's, fuck them. Whatever. They're all rich kids. I've hired private eyes, you know, private investigators to check out some of these streamers and YouTubers that hate my guts, just to find out a little bit more about them. And they're all rich. They're all lavishly rich. They live in very nice neighborhoods with big houses. They have very rich and successful and powerful family members. And, you know, if they want to waste their time playing Albion, making, what, like a couple bucks a video or something, I mean, that's on them, bros. Like, anyway, the point is that this is this is too much of a grind. I ain't doing it. You're not going to do it. The guilds are going to force their slaves to do it. So let's shed a tear for them, you know, the very few, the 8% of the player base that feels like they have to be in a guild to succeed. It's over. This game is over. It's ridiculous. By the way, if you want to know every little thing about the new Shapeshifter weapons or the potions, I made a video a whole month ago showing every single detail about them. It looks like this. It's called Full Details on New Shapeshifter Weapons and Potions. It was put out a whole month ago. I'm not part of the NDA. I'm not part of their creator program, so I found all this on Bilibili, which is a Chinese YouTube, and all the details here. I even have it timestamped for you little impatient fuckers that can't watch the whole video. So go ahead and look at that if you want to know all the skills. The last thing I'm going to talk about in today's video is the Werewolf staff, because all the other staffs are so-so, and technically so is the Werewolf. So we're just going to type Werewolf here, and it is a hunter weapon. It's not there, though. I'll find it. Okay, well, it's called Bloodmoon staff. Whoop-de-doo. Anyway, so the Werewolf staff, the reason why I'm specifically talking about it is it has an overpowered passive. As you know, the passive for being in werewolf form is, well, as you probably don't know, 10% lifesteal. This is a roast. This is when roasts entered the game, it broke like farming statics and group dungeons solo. So now you have a weapon that just innately has that power, and also the spells that you can use on this weapon, they're very powerful. I'm just gonna show you. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and equip it here, and I'm gonna go find a group dungeon and just show you how ridiculously overpowered and brain dead this is. Okay, so normally I solo dungeons and statics and group dungeons with the Shadow Caller, and I have to do a little bit of positioning and a little bit of thinking. The Shadow Caller is still by far higher DPS, and it is faster clears. But the Bloodmoon staff, the Werewolf staff, it is brain dead. I don't have to pay attention to the game. I don't even have to look at the screen. I can just watch anime and keyboard my buttons and just smash my forehead into my keyboard, and it'll just kill everything, and I'll be at full life. It's so stupid. I'll show you. So for those that don't know, Roast Pork gives you a 9.45% lifesteal. This is going to combine with the Wolf Form's 10% lifesteal. We're going to be lifestealing 20% of all of our damage, and the Werewolf hits hard, and it hits fast, and it hits consistently with low cooldowns. I'm even using, you know, leather. I could do cloth. Here's the thing. When you're transformed into werewolf mode, you basically have leather armor. It's like 251 armor when transformed. Well, guess what? An 8.4 stalker jacket with 120 spec is 284 armor. So it's like 30 less, all right? But when you're in werewolf form, you're basically wearing leather, but you would get all the offensive bonuses of cloth. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and grab a cloth armor just to show you. Okay, so the cloth thing might be wrong. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I put on a phase scale robe. This gives me a 58% physical attack damage bonus. And I'm going to transform into a werewolf with no juice on my bar. And I'm going to smack this this giant stag's ass. 109 damage, okay? That's 109 on the board. And let's go back to human form. Switch to now leather armor, which is only a 24% damage increase. And yeah, this is behaving really weird. But we did 109, and now we're back into werewolf mode, and we're going to slap that ass again. Boom, 109. It does the same damage. Why? Why is it doing the same damage? Perhaps the armor doesn't fucking matter when you're using these staffs. Because if you look at the staff here, you got this little defensive thing, offensive and energy regeneration thing here. So defensive medium usually means leather, and defensive high means plate. Offensive, you know, again, leather cloth, it doesn't matter. The point is that use whatever freaking armor you want. And here's the thing, when you're in werewolf mode, like I am right now, rawr, no furries allowed, by the way, I can't use my armor abilities. They're not there to be usable. But let's go back into human mode. I can use my armor, for instance, this, and then transform into a werewolf, and hey, look, I'm getting the effect of my armor as I run around in werewolf form. So you just want to pick an armor that allows it to do its thing while you're transformed, in which case, the Stalker Jacket, it works perfectly for what I want to use it for. Let's go farm some static mobs. Here we are. And I've, what do I have? I have Snapper Roast. We don't want Snapper. We want regular roast pork, because Snapper's a little overpowered. It gives us way more health. Let's eat the roast pork and lose about 600 HP. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. Also, I didn't bring a bear mount, so bear with me on the pulls. Here we go. 3 melees. This is pretty simple. They're all glowing mobs. We're going... Oh, I de-aggroed them. Oopsie. Alright, well, whatever. We'll just pull them because we have a ranged attack that attacks very quickly. We're going to Q and then W, and then wait on our Q, and then transform, and I'm just mashing Q and W. I'm just randomly left-clicking, hitting spacebar, hitting Q and W until this blue bar goes away. And transform into human, and then spam Q and W, spam Q again. My blue bars are back. Let's transform back into werewolf mode, and just look at my HP. I'm standing in their attacks. I am standing in their attacks. I'm looting things. And yeah, look at my HP. Yeah, this is very sloppy, alright? But they're still dead. They're still 100% dead here. Well, maybe. Okay, now they're dead. And we can do bigger pulls. We can do way bigger pulls than that. I don't even need to wait to heal. Let's just yoink them all. And there's even an archer in this group, okay? Gonna drop puddle, drop our Q, and I'm stunned. Werewolf time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at my HP. It just keeps going back up. Back to human form. Puddle, laser, hit the armor. Look at my HP. It just does. I cannot die. I can't die. If I pulled this sloppily on any other weapon set, I would be dead. I would be downed and pay 300,000 in repairs. Okay, these are static mobs. They hit very, very hard. I can just sit here and slap them forever. I do tons of damage with that puddle and that laser beam. Switch to werewolf mode and just look at it. Look, I'm just going. Look at my HP. I'm just auto attacking. Look. It's like having a mercenary jacket active all the time forever. Do you understand how ridiculously powerful that is? I don't know if you do, because I'm just a YouTuber and I can't hear what you're saying or thinking. But look, it's just like I have a mercenary jacket active. Oh, and I'm also run faster. I just run faster too. Because I stepped on a blood puddle, which also heals you. So I have multiple sources of healing. This AoE cleave, all of it gets healed. Now, when you're transformed, you can't jump on your mount, by the way, which is really stupid. So people might not realize this. So how about we do a pull the standard way, the standard pull, all right? Now, this does more DPS. It is faster. It is way more dangerous, though, and I'll show you. Look, I'll do a big old pull here. Big old pull. You know, drop the puddle. I have to actually dance around the enemies and dodge their attacks. Use my armor, use my boots. Alright. Drop my heal E-spell, hit my W, and yeah, they die. Of course they die, right? Because the Shadow Caller is still superior for DPS. But for face-rolling, like, 6-year-olds that, you know, don't know how to play and just mash the buttons, you can have a little child farm this for you. That sounds weird. But yeah, if you have I don't know, a family member over and I want to play on the computer, well then here you go, kid. Go farm statics. I like Soul Benji videos. Yes, that's right. You better like Soul Benji videos, damn it. Still trying to join my Discord. You gotta be 18. Alright, look at- oh no, I got hurt. Oh, I'm fully healed all the time. What is this? It's so stupid. And I don't really care to test this further. Okay, I have tested this further off camera. I have went into statics, or not statics, I went into group dungeons and just farmed every boss. Even the ones currently impossible to win, guess what beats them? The Bloodmoon staff. Normally I tell people to switch to a healing staff and slowly, you know, win the fight. Nah, just level up Bloodmoon staff to 100, it doesn't need to be 120. The lifesteal is still going to be the same regardless of its specialization. And just mash your keyboard until the boss is dead. They can't out DPS you, you heal too damn much. You have a mercenary jacket active the whole time. It's stupid. It's the dumbest weapon ever. It's so broken. And the other shapeshifter weapons, they're not that great. Like, there's a healing one, a tank one, all that stuff. They're okay. They're not the best. They're not the best at what they do. But this is the only weapon in the game that has freaking 20% lifesteal. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. And SBI, they don't like me, so they're gonna allow it. You know, if I was on their QA testing team, whatever the fuck, I would be like, you can't release this. This will destroy your game. People are gonna like solo raid dungeons. I bet I could solo a freaking Avalonian dungeon. Maybe hardcore expeditions. I don't know, but it's so stupidly broken. And yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. And I'm sorry this update sucks, but they don't like me, so whatever. It's their loss. Screw them. I'm having fun in Starfield because it pays way better. Okay. 1 week of Albion video. I'm sorry. 1 week of Starfield videos is equal to 3 years of Albion videos. Okay. Let that sink in a moment. If you're a content creator watching me out of hate and rage and regret, well, listen, buddy. Listen, lad. You should be making Starfield vids and not Albion vids. Your bank account will thank you. With that said, you could become a channel member if you want access to like secret videos and private videos that are way better than, you know, what I allow for the public videos. Other than, I mean, or just go watch some Starfield vids. I'll see y'all later. And yeah, I'll make more Albion vids. Do you think I'll ever stop? I'm the face of the game. I'm the most popular YouTuber for the game. I got my check mark. I'm getting my plaque in the mail. All right. No other Albion YouTuber has the check mark. I'm the only one. Okay, guys, I know enough puffing my chest out. Go in the test realm and mess around with this if you want, or don't. Just wait till the game comes. The player base is halved. The reason I haven't made videos lately is the player base dumped itself. Everyone went to Baldur's Gate and Diablo and Starfield and everything else. And yeah, Diablo 4 died. I'm sorry, but just you know, maybe this game will make a comeback if Stillfront has millions of dollars for advertising. Probably not, but if they do, whatever. Hey, cool. But with that said, I've already said enough. Click the right video, the right side on your screen. There's a video. Click it. If you don't click it, then well, you know what happens if you don't click it. Bad things, very bad things, like brain aneurysms